everyone, my name is Mikayla.Snow and happy Valentine's Day! Today is the day before Valentine's Day and I thought I would just bring you guys a quick little Valentine inspired tutorial. And since you have to love yourself before you can love anyone else, I decided to love myself and so I got a brand new Naked One palette. Some of you guys are gonna be like, what? This has to be my favorite palette in existence. I mean, this is my old one. Little comparison. This is the new one and this is the old one. This one is actually 2 years old, so I think it was about time. And mainly only because I usually stick to my favorite colors up front, all the way to about this one. And I was running really low on them, and so I decided, why not? You know, you always could use some fresh, nice, clean colors. And it also, the great thing about Naked palettes is that they come with a brush, and I really needed one because I had like the first generation Naked One brush, and everyone knows how awful that one is, so I never even used that one. So it's nice to have a good new brush. And on the topic of buying myself things, I bought myself these green tea flavored Kit Kats, and I'm gonna try them for the first time. You get 12 little packs of 2. I actually had to go to a world market to find these guys. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Look! Oh my goodness, they're beautiful. I was expecting more. Oh my goodness, these are so good. The matcha tastes delicious. I think I'm in love with these. I wish I could just like pass you guys one, like here. Try it! Being someone who drinks green tea every single morning, I definitely know what green tea tastes like, and these are delicious. I'm trying to think of a thing that I could compare them to, but there's not really anything that tastes like this. I'm just kidding. I'm not a heathen. Okay, so there's like a green tea, but it's really creamy, and it's melting in my fingers, actually. No! And as long as you can love yourself, that's all that matters. And here's the tutorial. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is get your hair out of your face and make sure that face is clean. Alrighty, you guys know how much I love my moisturizer. So I start off with a healthy amount of that. Then I prep my lips with Lush's Mint Julep Lip Scrub. And then with another mint flavored product, my Sweet Mint US Lip Balm. Then going in with my Michelle Phan Pillow Plush in Berries with a lip brush thingy. Next, I take more moisturizer and just rub that in with my fingers. And I also do that with my CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation until it's all mixed together and spread out. Then using my original beauty blender, I press it into my skin. You don't want to smear it and push it around, so just press it into where it is. And I'll do that until I get my desired coverage, making sure I cover my eyelids and around my nose, and then just pressing that in with my beauty blender as well. Now taking my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the color Sunbeige 106, I use this to kind of bronze up my face, especially because it's already 70 degrees outside and I'm still sporting my winter white skin. Then you just want to let everything set and dry. I'm so excited to start using my new palette. Okay, so now it's time for eyebrows. I use a small angled brush to apply Buck from Urban Decay. And if you need to, make sure to pluck out any stray hairs. Then I take my Benefits Gimme Brow in the shade Light Medium, and all you have to do is just brush it along your brows and it works instantly. This is what keeps my brows in place all day. Now I just run a spoolie through them and they're all done. And let me know if you guys would like an in-depth eyebrow tutorial. Succeeding eyebrows comes eyeshadow. And now with my brand new brush, and obviously my favorite color, I wash Buck all over my eyelids, focusing most of the color in and above my crease. After that is all blended out, I take Toasted, which is a kind of pinky taupe bronze color, on the other side of my brush and apply that to my outer lid and blending it just a little bit with my crease color. Look, even more pressing. Anyways, I like pressing the eyeshadow on the brush and then also pressing it on when I apply it. Now taking another of my favorite colors, Half Baked, and really focusing that on the center lid. So for the most part, eyeshadow is done. I really wanted to try Benefits The Professional to see if it was really worth the hype. The packaging says, to use over makeup, pat on lightly over the makeup, and blend. It just didn't really agree with my skin type, and it just kind of made my face feel kind of gross. So I'd have to say I'm not really a fan, but I guess I don't really need this product because I can usually take really good care of my skin, and I don't really have large pores. But I also had a problem with its price. It is really expensive for the small amount of product it provides you with, but I did love its vintage and quirky packaging. Before I do my eyeliner, I blend out my eyeshadow just a little bit more. So once I'm happy with that, I'll go in with my Maybelline Master Precise liquid eyeliner, starting in my inner corner and stopping about halfway to draw on my wings. First doing the outline and then filling it in. After that, I go over the whole line in one long stroke and just perfecting the line to my liking. Now taking my Benefits push-up liner, I dot off a little bit of the extra product to prime the gel liner. Then just going over the line to make it as crisp and black as possible. I'll do that until I get my perfect cat eye. Then for mascara, I use Maybelline's Pumped Up Colossal and I apply a generous coat of that. Now after everything is dried, I use my mechanical eyelash curler to pick up my lashes. Since all my eye makeup is done, I can wipe away any eyeshadow fallout and go in with my Sonia Kashuk Liquid Light Concealer in the shade Halo. Using my damp beauty blender and a gentle tapping motion, I blend the concealer into my skin. Once that is dry, I can come in with my concealer brush and my MAC Studio Fix to set my concealer. Now to bronze up my face a little more with a little dusting of bronzer. And here's where I try to apply false lashes. This step is very optional because it can sometimes break a good makeup look, but I just wanted some more practice with them. Alrighty, so now that that catastrophe is over, and since this is a Valentine's Day look, I'm going to take this really pretty pink and gold baked blush to make my cheeks look cute. Next, using my favorite lipstick, Maybelline's Matte Color Sensation in the color Touch of Spice. Then patting on some of that baked blush just to add a little different kind of look. Also, try and keep your lips taut so it won't settle into your lines. And finally, adding some real blush, and my look is complete. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. If you enjoyed, please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll see you later. And for the Kit Kats, I'd say maybe they're not worth the $7, but they are nice to try once in your life. White chocolate green tea.